Hey everybody, welcome back to another week at DeForest Middle School. We have a week that doesn't have a ton of big picture things happening, so that's good news. On Monday though, we do have an early release. That afternoon should be used to work on PLC work, or more specifically EE work, including your educator effectiveness plan if you are on the evaluation cycle this year, or if you're not. We all need to do an EEP, as well as the self-review if you haven't done that. Wednesday and Thursday, I will be attending Beyond Diversity training with some MSLT and PBIS team members. That training will lead us to a second training in October that focuses on working with some of our different ethnicities and so on, directly tied to closing the gaps as far as our goals go. All right. Secondly, I mentioned MSLT. A couple quick things with that. The goal we met for the first time. There's 4 members on MSLT right now. We had 4 rotate off at the end of last year. We did decide that we're going to continue with the goals that we suggested last year. One will focus on growth, and one will focus on closing the gaps with literacy. There are 4 open positions. I'm going to send out some written information to you on Monday, asking for people that might be interested in helping with those goals, among a few other things. So I'm going to send out an outline of what will happen with MSLT this year, what the kind of the job duties are, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for that if you are interested in all and working towards those goals. All right, and once also towards the end of next week, we have a data retreat day scheduled. The morning is focused in on getting some district data information and some of our building data information to work on our goals. That will work with some district office staff, including Ann Higgins and Joe Parker. And then the afternoon is our building group will work towards how that can all play a part of our year. So for that data retreat this week, I will be confirming to get people from several different groups, department chairs, MSLT, some of our interventionists, and then kind of whoever else might fit. So like Kevin, for example, would be a good person to have in there with all the data work. So stay tuned for more information on that. We'll get that sorted out Monday or Tuesday. Okay, PLC work, professional learning communities. A couple of weeks ago, I sent out a survey link for information for dates that your PLC teams would be meeting. Put a deadline for the end of September to have that information in the survey. Thanks to those of you that have done that already. If you haven't, please make sure you do that in the next week or so. That will definitely help us stay efficient and let us help you, Bill, Dana, and I, let us help you take care of the things that need to happen with the PLC work. You may have questions about resources or process as we go through the year, and if we know when you're meeting, we can stop in to help out. Okay, PBIS majors and minors, that is ready to launch. So here are the steps that we're going to be going through. I've updated the flow chart officially for PBIS majors and minors and putting that on our PBIS website at school. So that will be there. I will also send you a link for that. Gotta switch hands here. And let's see here. Scripts for parent phone calls. We've made 3 different examples of how a phone call might go with parents. Most of you, I understand, you're thinking, I don't need to see that. Sometimes it's nice just to have a script sitting out there, so use it if you want to. And also I'm going to send you an article that has information about parent phone calls. It's a really good article. It's what we base those scripts off of too. Bill, Dana, and I will check in with teams and groups of teachers just to make sure that it all makes sense. We'll do that over the first week or so. And the survey, it's a Google form. That's how we're asking people to put the minors in and be documented. I'm working with Kim Bannigan to get that on our desktops at school. In the meantime, I'm going to send that link out and just keep that link handy until we get the actual link on the desktops. So with that, we're going to kick that off this week. We'll probably give you a day or so just to play around with that survey before we go live officially, just to test run it, and I'll delete any data that goes in there. Expect a written communication about all of that here in the next 24 hours. All right, and last but not least, I do want to thank those of you that have given some feedback to Bill, Dana, or myself about the visibility and being on the announcements. You know, we're really trying to do some of the things that were directly tied to that in-service day that we had. visibility, follow through, and communication were three of the big things that were on there, as well as discipline and so on and so forth. So I've got that list all prepared, shared it with MSLT last week. Also met with Drew Howick on Friday of last week to set some planning up for the next few months. So I'll be giving grade levels this week. I'll be setting up those times to meet to talk about all of that culture. And I'll share all of that information with you. And actually, I'm going to be asking for your feedback again on the list that we put together. So hopefully you have noticed that there's been at least some change with some of the work out of the office. And good or bad, please let us know. Shoot me an email or just stop in to talk, and we'll talk things through. But again, I do want to thank you. I know we're dealing with some challenges with behaviors and so on already this year, but I really like the tone of what's happening in all 4 grade levels and the work that y'all are doing. So thank you very much. We loved Forest Area Middle School. It's a great place for all of us to be. So have a great week, and I'll see you in the hallways.